Hello and welcome back to Disc Golf Stream's live coverage of the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour's third stop from Oulu. I'm Andrew Gum.
I'm Victor Torgestad, and we are so excited to be back after 2 long weeks.
We had such an exciting time last time in Heinola.
What? Again, 2 stops in a row we have had like really, really great finishes. It has been exciting all the way to the last hole, and also we had a playoff in Heinola.
Yeah, so exciting. The Prodigy Disc Pro Tour is bringing the heat this year. Make sure you tell all your friends about it. Get them to tune in for this. Really happy to bring the coverage for you. We're at Pikarala Disc Golf Park. Really, really nice course. Loose sand, pine woods. A little bit outside of the city of Oulu, which is 600 kilometers north from Helsinki.
Yeah, it's quite a bit up north from here, so I unfortunately haven't been able to go there and check the course out myself, but luckily we have one guy here who has been there.
Yeah, I was just there for the first time. It was really nice. Oulu's a nice little town, about 200,000 people. I guess right on the Gulf of Bothnia, up there on the western coast of Finland.
Yeah, up north in
yeah, it's technically central Finland, but it feels very far north compared to Helsinki here. It's right about in the middle of the country, but it's quite a long ways up north. Finland's a very long country. Neat place, about the 5th largest city in Finland. A lot going on there, and it's actually been chosen for the European Capital of Culture for 2026. So it could be a great place to visit for many reasons.
I think it's also like the biking capital or something in northern Finland. They
wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, it's like tiny Amsterdam or something. They
nice.
use their bikes all year around.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the course. What are we going to see here? What kind of course is it compared to the 2 previous courses we have seen?
Okay, I guess it's it could be a little bit similar to Heinola in the sense that there's a lot of pine trees and it's sandy, but the sand is much more loose. The footing could be a little bit of an adjustment for people that aren't used to that. It is like a softer, looser sand, like an area that might have used to been a seabed or something. I'm not sure of the geographical history, but yeah, some really great holes, really nicely designed. It's kind of out from the city a little bit, so there's not really a whole lot going on around there. It's slightly isolated, I guess, from urban population, but very beautiful, very nice. Maybe not quite as difficult as the 2 courses we've seen so far as compared to Tali and Heinola, in my personal opinion.
So you think we might see some low scores here on this course?
I'm thinking we would.
Yeah.
I think we might see some lower scores, but we haven't really yet. So I guess.
Now I can tell you a little bit about who is in the lead right now, and no surprise to see Lauri Lehtinen in the lead after his round. 7 down, and that's a good score, but you say that we might see some even lower scores today?
I was expecting we would see lots of people with double digits. I'm not saying it's an easy course. There's plenty of challenge. There's actually really beautiful shaped fairways, lots of curves and turns through the tall pines. I just was kind of expecting that we're going to see some really hot rounds, and we might still. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I hope so. Here is Seppo Paio from Heinola, and he has also started off quite okay, 6 down.
Great start.
So he's tied for 2nd place at the moment.
Yeah, he shot really well on the front 9, and then got an eagle on hole 12, which is pretty hard to even imagine.
I guess we're gonna get back to that when we see hole 12, because
that's a mind-blowing score on that one. But congratulations to him. And then he slowed down a little bit, didn't really collect any birdies after that. But I think the back 9 might be the more difficult side on this one in some ways.
And it's interesting to see Seppo Paio. We haven't seen like any huge scores from him, but he's consistently scoring great. He's just there in the top all the time. And last weekend, or last time here on Prodigy Disc Pro Tour, he was on the feature card or lead card every round. So
yeah, we've gotten to see a lot of him these last 2 events, and that's really quite a fun thing. He's a very exciting player. Here we're seeing that super dramatic finish that we saw. That was where Joona Heinonen hit that outside circle putt to force the playoff, and there he is laying up for the win.
Yeah, and
in that playoff.
That was so what a playoff we saw, and what a last round. They were battling all the way to the finish, really. And here we see the winning putt from tapping it in.
And then he's here again. Joni Peltonen was the guy he was in the playoff with, who kind of came out of nowhere and broke onto the scene.
Super surprising to see a bit lower, I wouldn't say low-rated player, but not at all one of the guys we thought would be up there.
He definitely played way above his rating and performed incredibly well. He won't be in the field today, but that was a really awesome performance, and we got to witness the birth of a new superstar, as we have on every one of our broadcasts so far this year.
So far we have seen...
We are yet to see anybody who was really a favorite or predicted to win, to come out on top.
Yeah, and
makes it really exciting for the audience.
Before we continue to talk...
Okay. This is the shot of the year.
Just watch this, and...
Silva Saarinen. Yes, please.
It goes in, and it stays in after spinning there on the back part of the cage. Yeah, what I wanted to say is that Joona Heinonen, who we mentioned now, he's also 6 down today.
Oh, great.
So he's also tied there on the second place with Seppo and a few other players.
Nice.
So he is keeps on playing good.
Yep, he's in the clubhouse, 6 down. That's a solid score. I don't think that's going to be quite good enough to get onto our lead card for tomorrow, but he might well be in the top 10.
I will mention the other 2 who's also 6 down today. That's Juho Pylkänen and Elias Lukkonen.
Ah, great.
And I want to keep an eye on Elias Lukkonen. He is still a young guy. He won a European tour, so the other European tour.
Yeah, he was
in Sweden.
Yeah, so a hot win, and very talented player, very young guy with a lot of skills and a very good attitude, I hear.
We're actually playing in the same club.
Okay, you know.
Yeah, so I have seen him during this winter practicing quite a lot, and he seems very focused, and he's a guy for the future to really watch out for. Yeah,
sounds good. There's a lot of those really great players in Finland. It's almost hard to keep track of them all, but we're really happy to bring you those names and to highlight those incredible performances when they break out and do these awesome rounds that they're so
really
capable of.
It's really hard to pick out any clear favorites for any of these competitions, because there are so many great players and they have so many different kind of skills, and
that makes it really exciting, doesn't it?
It really does.
What are we going to see on the FPO side here? I know we had a really dominant performance from Evelina Salonen last time in Heinola at Disc Golf Park World, which if you haven't seen that, you really got to check that out. That was a very beautiful course and a great production.
Yeah, that was huge for her to also shut down everyone who has been criticizing her putting and doubting her skills, but she showed that with 100% putting in the first round, and
83% for the event. I mean, so remarkable. Like, really solid play. It's going to go a long way for her confidence going forward. Let's hope she can keep that form and keep moving forward. She won't be here today, but who are we going to see on our feature card for the ladies?
Yeah, we will not see any of the top 3 from the last competition. So that means no Evelina Salonen, no Henna Blomroos, or no Katie Tette. But we will see Heidi Laine.
Yeah, great to see her again. She's always fun. Lots of emotion and really incredible skills. She throws so far.
Lots of great energy from her. It's always a joy to watch someone like that.
Yeah, she's great for the cameras.
We're also going to see Jenni Engström, who we saw play really good in Tali.
Yep. She's another really talented player who could have a great chance of taking this down as well.
And another familiar face, Jenni Karppinen, who has played good both in Tali and in Heinola.
Yep.
Let's see if this course suits her. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, hopefully she'll have a great day.
And then we round off the feature card on the FPO side with Hannele Määttä.
Yep.
And that's a new name for me.
Okay, I know her. Yeah. She's a 2-time Heisen Brownie champion from Koh Samui, that really great event in Thailand.
In Thailand, yeah.
So yeah, true. She's a really good player, and she's an Oulu native, so great to see her on her home. I'm not sure if it's her home course, but it's her hometown, and that could be an advantage for her.
Yeah. And did we mention the feature card already on the MPO side?
I don't believe we have.
No, we didn't.
Through it.
And it's like almost an all-star card. I'm super excited about these players.
Yeah, we have couple new faces we haven't seen on our coverage.
Yeah, we have a local also on this, a little bit lower rated player who we should in no way count out.
No,
Antti Turpeinen. And we saw last competition in Heinola that even the bit lower rated players can totally be up there and mess around with our favorites.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any of these guys are capable of doing incredible things on the disc golf course. Their skills are amazing, and if they can put together a tight round.
And he is a local, so he probably knows this course quite well.
Sure he does. Yeah.
We're gonna see a flyover here on the course already before we start.
Okay, a quick flyover. Yeah, we just saw hole 1. It's a left to right moving. Also, hole 2 is left to right with a lot of OB. Quite straight, really, but it is a flex shot in most cases for righty backhanders anyway. Hole 3 is an incredibly long par 5, very beautiful hole. You get a nice view of how far it is here, and the basket's just kind of tucked back up on this little.
And you can see here how sandy it is. It's like a desert almost.
It's a very loose sand. Yeah, the footing was a little bit something different that I haven't really played in before. It took some time to adjust, maybe slowing the footwork down and doing some more standstills if you're in a really loose part of it. This hole's really beautiful as well. And another one with OB on the left. This one's kind of similar to hole 2, but maybe a little shorter.
Yeah, I guess we will get back to the course flyover.
It's hard to go through at this speed, but
it's a beautiful
great course. I can promise you that. It's going to be a lot of really awesome shots and really nice shaped holes. A lot of good turns. There's a lot of tall pine trees, and here you get a pretty good look at the drone shot. Very beautiful course.
I get jealous. I want to play this course as well.
Yeah, you would like it. It's very fun place. Everybody out there should get up to Oulu. I guess there's a whole bunch of good disc golf courses in the region, and really excited to get to feature it here for the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour on Disc Golf Stream.
Yeah, this kind of sandy pine forest is also really like something that I love. It's how it looks around my summer house in northern Sweden, so I can feel the atmospheres and all the smells and everything just by watching this flyovers, and it pumps me up.
Great. Yeah, it's a good place to be. It is very peaceful. Yeah. Like I said, it's a little bit ways out from the city, so it's a very quiet area, very calm, beautiful nature, and just an excellent course design there. You're going to see the island hole. That's going to provide some great drama.
And here is hole 12, right?
This is the one Seppo eagled earlier. Simon Lizotte has also famously eagled it, and they've named the hole after him for that reason. But Seppo Paju got it today.
And a putt from 8 meters, so he was inside the circle.
Oh man, what a shot.
Yeah, that's
really hard to fathom. I mean,
so it's about 150-meter drive.
At least, yeah.
Shaped. It was also it was a low shot, shaped just like it was like supposed to be. Just like the hole is designed. So it's almost hard to imagine a shot like that.
Yeah, that's going to be talked about for some time to come. That's quite a historical achievement for Seppo Paju. Congratulations to do that.
Yes, definitely. I want to get back now to the feature card before we forget about it.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we mentioned about here. Antti Turpeinen as the first player here, and we're going to also see Jenni Nieminen.
Excited to watch him. We haven't even seen him yet this year on our coverage, have we?
That's true.
But he is a super talented player, a bomber forehand, super solid straddle putter, really good quality player all around.
I would say easily top 5 forehand in the world, maybe. Like that, it's so clean, it's so controlled. He can shape every kind of shot with it.
Yeah, I saw him cash an ace at the European Open. It was pretty amazing. Yeah, with the forehand. Yeah.
And he had quite a good round in Heinola, especially the last. I think he had a hot round on the Sunday there in Heinola, and
that's right. And he finished 4th place.
Yeah,
he finished 4th place in Tali as well. So he's actually right up there in the top of the tour points.
So exciting to see him now, because as you said, we haven't seen him yet.
He's been just kind of lurking outside the lead card all the time and putting in some really great rounds. But now we're going to get to see him firsthand, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch him play.
Yeah, one guy who we have seen quite a lot of is Niklas Anttila, and we're going to see him today as well.
Yeah, he didn't perform quite up to the standard he's used to or expected in Heinola, but he's back for more and ready for some vengeance and looking to take on this Pikkarala course and do what he can do, which is really some magic disc golf action. He's an incredibly talented young player.
And if you haven't seen it, Jenni Nieminen and Niklas Anttila had a huge battle in the 2020 Finnish Championships here from Sippe. And yeah, it was here. So
yeah, okay.
If you haven't seen that, it is actually something worth checking out. They are both from Kuopio. They are about the same age. They have been playing a lot together and against each other. We're going to see a battle today again. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. Who else do we have?
Yeah, we have Väinö Mäkelä.
So
exciting to see him back on there. And first Finnish competition of the year for him.
Yep, kicking off his domestic tour season here. He's been in the States, doing really well over there, working hard. I know he finished on the podium at the DDO, right?
Yeah, in Emporia.
Battled the wind there.
Extremely
that's
difficult competition, yeah.
Excellent performance and a lot of good quality results over there. And happy to have him back here in Finland. And he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. One of the best players in the world. I think he's currently ranked 24th or something like that. Definitely in the top 25 in the world. So super high quality player, and it'll be exciting to see what he can do.
Yeah, he's rated. He has the third highest rating here in this competition. Niklas Anttila and Lauri Lehtinen 10.27 and Väinö Mäkelä on 10.23. So it's really tight up there. Like that rating doesn't really say that much. It could be just as well the other way around.
It's anybody's game here. Here we get a good look at the player profiles. Antti Turpeinen from Oulu, been playing since 2016, so only pretty new to the game. Rated 980.
And we say that like a little bit lower rated players, but 980. It's great rating, and I'm sure he's going to be a quality player to follow this.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. It'll be nice to see what he's made of and how he handles the camera. Maybe I'm not sure if he's been too much on the coverage, or especially not on live coverage, I'm sure. So
probably not.
Hopefully he can handle those nerves and put in a great performance. Here we're getting to see from Sibe. That was
this is the Tuni from last year, right?
The winning putt, yeah, from Tuni. There he is. The relief. Lauri had gone OB twice, and he was able to overtake him and take the victory.
What a drama that was. So if you haven't watched Tuni from last year, go look it up on YouTube and check it out, because
that's very, very exciting finish. We don't want to spoil it too much for you, but we might have already done that. Here's Niklas Anttila. We get a good look at him. He's from Kuopio, as well as Nieminen, I believe, and currently rated 10.27, rated 38 in the world.
And what a quality player he is. He has it all. He's like this little tiny guy that if you see him, you wouldn't believe that what kind of power he has in his throws. But if you stand next to him and when he's throwing, then you
can feel the force. He's very compact, and he's very smooth and very explosive. There we see Väinö Mäkelä from Turku.
One of the most popular players here in Finland, especially among the younger audience. I think he has a very
strong following.
Strong follower, many followers. He's working a lot with social media and his YouTube channel, and that's what the players need to do. And he's really found his audience. And
he's a really great player, and also quite a great role model for a lot of these younger guys. And as I said, ranked 24th in the world. He's earned a lot of respect over in the States too, gone over there and done really well. He's a hard worker and incredibly talented.
It feels like he has been around forever, but he is born in 98, I think. So he's like
he's
turning 25, 23, 24, something like that. Yeah. Hard to imagine someone who...
he's already achieved so much, right? He's won this tour a few times. The Prodigy Just Pro Tour champion, I believe 3 times already, if I'm not wrong.
That's great. Yeah, he won last year. The whole tour.
So, I mean...
He has a title to defend here.
Yeah, and just a very, very impressive player. So it's nice that we're going to get a chance to watch him live for the first time this year.
Yeah, we saw him briefly in Heinola. He was there. He didn't play because he just came back from the US that same week. But
he was gracious enough to do an interview. And that was really, really nice of him. So it'd be nice to watch him.
Yeah, sorry, we get some. They're talking in our ears now. If we look confused, it's because it's hard sometimes to talk and have someone's voice in your ear at the same time. But Väinö Mäkelä is going to be very exciting to watch him play, and I think he's going to be up there in the top for certain.
Yeah, he's going to definitely be hungry for this. He's happy to be back in his home country and ready to show everybody what he's made of. Again.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah, we're looking good. We got some fresh new uniforms and feeling good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so for some reason we always end up having the same clothes when we come here to the studio, but
we wore the same shirt again.
Yeah, blue is our color.
Yep. That's some nice threads we got. Nice to represent Disc Golf Stream. It's a great company.
How do you build your better game? Reps, focus, the right equipment. Zuka, disc golf carts for a better game.
Nyt on mistä valita. Kebab, seitan sekä toiveuutuudet, kana ja härkäpapu. Raikkaamme hevät rullat kotipizzan tapaan. Vaikka mukaan matkaan tai lounaaksi. Kotipizzasta.
For the win. Yes, he gets it in. Wow. So well deserved. Silva Saarinen on hole 7. Oh my God. What an incredible ace.
Oi, todella kaunis putti Peltoselta.
Welcome back, and for some reason I'm always hungry after these commercial breaks. I'm not sure why, but
that Koti Pizza is good stuff. And thank you to all our sponsors. We are so lucky to have the support of all those incredible sponsors, and without them, none of this would be possible. So we really owe a lot of gratitude to everything that they're doing to support this. Make sure you go out and check them out, support them, and help this thing continue to grow. We really appreciate all that effort and all that support from everybody. Thank you very much. Here we get a look at the leaderboard.
Yeah, and I want to mention someone who we thought would be going out and shredding today, and that's Christian Koksa.
Yeah,
we saw him. Yeah, it's his home course. He's Oulu native. He won Tali. He finished extremely strong in Heinola, just behind the lead card. Basically, I think he finished 7th or something.
Place, yeah, and he's in 2nd for the tour standings, I believe.
Yeah, so we had high expectations on him going in to this weekend, but he did not start out that hot at all, actually.
Yeah, that's a big surprise. +1 for the round. That's quite a shock, really. We were expecting him to come out and shred it up. You know, he's put in so many rounds here and so much time, and you know, he throws so far and his putt's so good. He's just such a talented player. I guess he just wasn't feeling it this morning and maybe had some struggles here and there. Here we get a look at the current conditions in Oulu. It says it's overcast, but it looks like nothing but sun to me. 17 Celsius or 63 Fahrenheit. Moderate humidity and some mild winds to contend with.
Perfect conditions. There's nothing to complain about.
Sounds
we have
good, yeah.
all the best possibilities for some great scores. We haven't seen that huge scores yet. It's still 7 down. Lauri Lehtinen, who is in the lead, with a few players 6 down.
Yeah, well,
they've
set a number, they set a mark. They're in the clubhouse, and everyone else is going to have to try to work to get onto that lead card for tomorrow. With somewhere around that. Thanks a lot to UDisc for all these stats that they're bringing us all the time, and make sure you go check them out. Great way to figure out and follow along with all this action, and we appreciate their help and support as well as all the sponsors.
That's right. But yeah, Christian Koksa, 1 over par, tied for 60th place. It's going to be hard for him to compete for the victory here this weekend. But we saw in Heinola, he was struggling there in the first round as well. and then shot the hot round the day after and finished really well on the Sunday.
Yeah, there's no quit in him. He's a young guy, and you know, maybe still battling with some of those consistency issues with the cameras and everything. But
yeah, and playing on your home course, of course,
a little bit of pressure involved.
Not just pressure from the audience and everyone following him, but also pressure on himself, of course, because he knows this course so well. He knows exactly where he can score, and if you start to miss, then it's easy that it like gets to your head. And
yeah, most definitely. He's put in so much time here. I'm sure he's birdied every hole and eagled most of them. So you know, it's if it doesn't go your way, it's pretty hard to keep it together. And if you try to keep catching up to that number that you're looking for, you know, it just gets harder and harder. Every shot becomes more and more important in your mind, and it becomes more difficult to execute. But anyway, there's plenty of great players out there, and I'm sure he's going to come back thirsty tomorrow and throw some great shots and hopefully climb his way back up towards the top.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised even the slightest if we see something similar from him tomorrow, as we saw 2 weeks ago in Heinola. Going out and shooting the hot round.
Quite expecting him to battle back strong as well. I think that's a good point, and you can't really totally count him out yet, but I think it's he's put himself pretty far behind as far as trying to win the event.
Yeah, he's gonna need to fight very hard too.
But he's still battling for tour points. He's still battling for home pride. You know, he's trying to represent here on his own course, and I'm sure he's got plenty of exciting things still to show what he's made of for the rest of the weekend. Anything else jumping out at you on the scoreboard there?
Yeah, I see Jonas Aalto. We saw him finishing starting off really strong in Copenhagen, and then we haven't seen that much from him after that. Hopefully he can get back to that great performance that he had there in Copenhagen, because he's a really nice player to watch, and seems like he's starting out quite okay. Rasmus Tuominen, 5 down through 15, so he might be just up there with Lauri. After when he's finished this round, still has a few holes to go, and a great score, 5 down after 15.
Yeah, solid performances there, and everyone else is in the clubhouse except for Rasmus and Topias.
Also,
or is that no? That's Tero, right?
Yeah, Topias Jokinen.
Oh, Topias, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Topias Jokinen, 4 down after 11. That's also a great score. So he has a
he's on
great opportunity to score well here on the back 9 and get himself up there.
Yeah, he's on a really hot pace.
Yeah, they're getting ready. Soon we will see our feature card teeing off here on in Pikkarala Frisbee Golf in Oulu.
Yep, it's going to be really exciting. Very, very happy to bring you all this incredible action. Thanks to Disc Golf Stream and the sponsors. Seppo Paju, he's the current leader of the tour, putting in a solid 6 down.
And he's so consistent this year. He's playing well round after round after round. I would not be surprised to see him on the lead card here on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna probably see some of him before this weekend's over. There you get to see the card he was on earlier.
And what a card that was!
Lauri and Jona, they were all on the same card there.
That's
Christian
true.
was the one that struggled, like kind of a surprise. But yeah, we can see even Seppo slowed down in the back 9. Looks like nobody really shredded it on the back. Lauri got the last 2 birdies. That's a very impressive birdie on 18. That takes a really awesome drive.
That's an extremely long par 3.
Yeah, it's 138 meters, but it's a little bit uphill, and there's OB all around the basket. And there's a lot of obstacles in the very end of the flight. The green is really obstructed. So to get yourself close and to birdie that one is quite impressive. Maybe we could check out the stats on that one today. It's averaging 3.3. Only 12% of the field able to birdie it. So there are some guys that have birdied it. Very, very impressive. It's way, way out of my range, and I think it's
very few people who can.
Yeah, it's a great birdie to get for Lauri, and must have been a fun card for those guys. I mean.
Okay, now we get back to the flyovers, and here is hole 1, one of the easier holes on the course. Very sharp turn here towards the right that you can approach with both a turnover backhand or a forehand.
Yep. Yeah, I think pretty standard kind of disc golf hole, left to right moving. There's a main gap that shapes really good for the forehand, or if you're good at turning stuff over, it's definitely achievable as well on that. Like for these guys, it'd be a putter turnover. I went with a mid turnover and was able to birdie it that way. But I think a lot of guys are going to go forehand.
Yeah, and especially this guy in blue here, Jenni Nieminen, and I would be surprised to see anything else than a forehand from him, especially with that justice in his hand.
Oh yeah.
And we have quite a big gallery already on day one, and I'm
nice to see.
Get really happy to see that every time there is people following, not only here on Disc Golf Stream, but also there on location.
Person, yeah, it's a fun way to watch, and you can see a lot of kids there that can be very influential for them. If you're living near the area where one of these events is taking place, make sure to take your kids out there, and it could change their life.
And if you have the chance to go and watch an event like this, do it, because it's so impressive to see these quality players actually see it in person is something completely different. And of course we have great coverage here on Disc Golf Stream, but
the players appreciate the support, as well. And of course, as long as you're following the etiquette and behaving well there and trying to be quiet when they're throwing, these are some basic things that you must keep in mind. But they're very happy to have fans. And here we get a good look at Väinö Mäkelä.
First shot on Prodigy Disc Pro Tour this year from Väinö Mäkelä.
And our first witness on Disc Golf Stream for him. Looks pretty good. Oh,
that's
parked it.
Great. Rolling
that's the line right there. He just showed us how it's done.
That looked very easy. And it's 87 meters. It's not super long, but anyway, it seems to be a very tight line also.
It is, very, very nice shape, and he just showed exactly how to do it right there. So he's going to get himself an easy birdie to start off the round. Great start from Väinö.
Here's Jenni Nieminen, sponsored by Dynamic Discs. And
he's going to just try to follow that.
From Kuopio, and a wizard with his forehand.
Yep. He can see Väinö's vapor trail, and he knows what to do. He's just going to flick this justice nice and easy. So smooth. That's perfect.
It always looks so easy when he's throwing. Coming up a bit short, but well inside the circle.
Oh, that's just fine, yeah. Nice and smooth.
And look how effortless it looks when they are throwing. And then go out and try it yourself to throw a forehand 87 meters and see how much power you need to put behind it.
Yeah, these guys are so smooth and technical with their form, and it's really a pleasure to watch. Here's Niklas Anttila, sponsored by Discmania. What do you think he's going to throw? Could be like looks like a driver, so maybe it's like a
FT3 or something like that, yeah something overstable, not too fast.
Yeah, it'll shape up nice that way. Just let the disc do the work. Throw it nice and flat like that, and it could be a little early on the fade, but it's going to work out just fine.
He was quite tight around that. Is it a Mando there on the right side? Okay, so I misunderstood.
No, but yeah, he put that a little tight, but he got a great result. No problem.
So it's not a Mando tree. I thought it.
No. Now we get to see the lefty backhand line. This is exciting.
So this is Antti Turpeinen.
Yeah, he's our local guy, and he's going to show us the lefty line.
That goes very wide, but
I think it's good.
He comes through clean and
really good.
Also inside the circle. So 4 great shots from the...
We could have a star frame here to start off the day.
I think we're going to see that, to be honest. I don't really know about Antti's putting, but he's so close.
So here's a course close-up. Yeah. Pikarala Frisbee Golf here in Oulu. Established in 2015, rated 4.5 on UDisc. That's really high, and I'm not surprised. It's a really, really great place. 3 layouts on site. Here we got the tour layout, the Pro Disc Tour layout, which is a special for this event. So if you come here, you might see a different layout. It's a par 63, 2,655 meters. Lots of nice holes. And thanks to UDisc for all those stats.
Yeah, and as you saw that, it's the first time this course is played on the Prodigy Discs Pro Tour. So we don't have anything to compare to regarding scores so far. But after this round, we're going to have. So
yeah, very exciting for everybody. New opportunities and new lines to explore.
And look at that big gallery on day one.
That's very impressive. Really cool to see everybody coming out and supporting disc golf's a big thing in Oulu and in Finland in general, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's also nice to see that schools are out for summer here in Finland now, right?
That's
so
right. Yep.
we have a lot of young players, young
break.
kids who can come and get some inspiration here from the professionals. And
look at that. Perfect
first par of the day. For this feature card, of course, we have seen quite a lot, but
that is a great start for him. No nerves visible yet, and off to a perfect start. Great job for Antti. Niklas looking to follow suit. This is...
it's not as close as I thought, but it should not be any problems whatsoever for this
he's
great
so
putter.
He's such a good putter. It's just a tap in, really, 5 meters or so. But yeah, you got to concentrate and focus and go through the routine like he did there. Beautifully and nicely done.
Another great putter, Jenni Nieminen.
Yep, he prefers the straddle putt, and he's so good at it. He's very deliberate and direct, and even when he misses, it's never far off. Taking his time. Yep, nice and easy, and there we have it.
Yeah, we don't want to see any stressed puttings now. We want them to take their time and.
What a great start! We have a star frame right out of the gate.
Star frame.
Yes, good sign of what's to come. These guys are ready to play in fine form. And moving on to hole 2. This one's brought to you by Kotipizza. It's a pretty cool hole. Averaging it's the 4th hardest, 3.21. Quite a difficult birdie. Only 105 meters or 344 feet. But the shape is quite unique. You gotta kind of try to. You can go wide around those trees and try to catch the back door here and get yourself a putt. I think most people are going to be moving on the inside line and trying to get it to stable up in the end. I guess it shapes up pretty good for the lefty, maybe with that wider line.
You mean a wider line out on the left side?
Yeah, carrying over the OB.
Yeah, you're throwing.
There is a back door
OB.
there, but it's very risky. Yeah, it's very risky. I mean, it's a nice kind of S-shaped shot for the righty backhand, but with these guys' forehand, it could be attackable on that left side as well through the back door.
105 meters, so I think that's no problem at all for someone like Jenni Nieminen, for example.
It's just risky if you don't get it to come back in time, or if you get a bit of a weird kick on some of those trees and it goes OB. But it'll be interesting to see how they attack this one. I'm kind of very curious to know what they're thinking and how they're going to approach it. Väinö's up first. He's got himself a driver in hand. This is asking the cameraman to move out of the way, so he's going on the wider line there. Yep.
Yeah, seems like he's going with the forehand, right?
No, going backhand, but
going backhand. Okay.
Yeah, interesting. He's planning on moving it wide and trying to get it to flex back. Must be something very overstable.
I can tell you that this hole number 2 is the only bogey from Lauri Lehtinen today.
Okay.
So already here, chance to pick up one on Lauri, who's in the lead.
Yeah, it's a really nice hole. It's kind of unique in some way. You don't see too many holes like this. Yeah.
It's going very wide out on the left side.
That's not a good shot though. That's way out of bounds. Yeah.
Yeah, he came way too early there and didn't really.
He left that out way too wide and had the nose up a little bit.
Didn't really commit to it. It looked like he wasn't.
And I'm not sure the shot needs to be that wide unless you're really perfect with your angle. I guess I'm sure he knows what he's doing. He's a master of the art of disc golf, but it just looked like he didn't really quite get that the way he wanted it to come right out of the hand.
Yes, with a stiletto, extremely overstable driver from latitude, and
that's risky.
He did not come out.
He
with
came
the right
back though.
angle,
back on the fairway.
Super lucky to kick back into the fairway. Yeah,
very lucky to get that kick and to be in bounds. He can still save the par from there, but it could be a slightly tricky approach.
Surprising miss there. It came out with a little bit of Anheuser actually, and I don't think that was the plan.
No? I think it needed to be flatter. I mean, there's not really a lot of space to flex anything on that side, and carrying OB that whole time, that's very risky play. This is, I think, the way the hole is designed to be played. The way Niklas is going to go for it. He's just going to try to put an Anheuser with a very overstable disc and try to get it to flex back and give him a putt. Could be very difficult to park this one, but I think you're happy if you get to circle 1.
Yeah, but he's great at this shot shaping.
I like this.
Yeah, this is better. This is very good.
It's too low to come back in time, but he could be in the circle 2. This is kind of a common place to end up on this hole. That's sort of where I was at every time. Circle 2 jump putts, but very difficult birdie to really get.
Yeah, he can attack it, but it's he has quite a lot of distance to go.
It shapes up nice for this lefty shot if you can kind of move just inside here. Yep,
but that's a bit low and a little bit.
Yeah,
that's.
Yeah, you got to pick a side, either the outside line or the inside line there, and he kind of just went in the middle, and he's going to be probably outside circle 2 even there.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't really commit to that shot. He was maybe stressing a little bit, or just slipped a little bit, maybe. I don't know, but
this hole, it provides a lot of challenge. There's something to it, like I was saying. It is a very nice hole. You can kind of see what you're supposed to do, but it's very difficult to actually execute that shot for some reason. It's tougher than it looks. Very nice hole design.
Okay, so we saw a star frame on hole 1, but we're not going to see anything like that here on this hole.
I think we'll be lucky to see one birdie at this point.
Only Niklas who has a chance, more or less, but that's not even a good look from him.
No, I think he's somewhere in between the circles there, so he still has a chance, but it's going to take a big putt. I think, yes, he's probably just going to be trying to put this close here.
I think that's a Ricky Slammer.
Is that new disc that everybody's raving about?
Extremely overstable approach disc, if I'm not mistaken.
Sake Bomb Slammer.
Yeah, that's right.
Fresh off the shelves. Just going to try to put a little touch hyzer on this and put it close.
That looks great.
That'll work just fine.
Yep. He's up there.
5 meters off. Should be a relatively easy par for Jesse. He seems like he wanted it to get a little closer, of course, but
yeah, who would not? It's
maybe just hung it a bit wide, but it's going to be fine. Here we get to see Antti. This is pretty far out. Yeah. Looks like he's going to give it a chance, though. I'd put him about 30 meters.
Was not really anything of a bid, because that tree was just in the way for him to attack the basket, really. So
pretty long range putt.
Safe par though.
Yep. Yeah, nicely done.
But Väinö, he's in trouble down there. So
yeah, they're gonna try to give him a mark. I don't know that it ever really came in bounds anywhere up near the basket, like where he's finding the disc. I think he's gonna have to take that back quite a ways.
It seems like he's picked up the disc and walking back, so it must have crossed the OB line quite early.
Yeah, and okay. They're gonna tell him he's there. I guess that's a pretty favorable mark. He's gonna have a hard time still, though. Not really an open putt from there.
So a bogey at best here for. Is that what you're saying?
I wouldn't count him out. He's a world-class player, but I think there's definitely not a very clean putt. It looks like he's.
Okay, he's not that far away. Actually,
he's got a pretty good window.
Okay, look at that. Yeah, that's doable.
Yeah, I mean, if he saves the par here, that's very, very impressive.
I thought he was further back, but
I think he got a very favorable mark. I wouldn't have put him up there if I was on his card, but I guess it's hard to tell from the camera. Maybe in person they saw something we didn't. Oh,
so close, and if that just stops, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's
fine. But he's gonna have that putt for bogey, and yeah, nice run though. He definitely gave it a chance. That would have been a huge par save. Good effort.
Really close. Yeah, it was great.
His putt's really, really good. Such a great spin putter.
Don't count him out, even if he's OB. And Niklas now, do we get one birdie here on this hole? It's up to Niklas.
Yeah, he's about 16, 17 meters maybe. Over 50 feet for sure. And he just lays it up.
I think it seems like he has a headwind there, so maybe not the easiest thing to putt into that. And yeah, it's not quite a steady headwind from his position.
So yeah, it's an interesting hole. It's definitely birdieable for all these guys. It's just, like I said, there's something tricky about it. It's just much harder, much easier said than done. Looks like a little bit of wind. You see some trees moving around.
And he's needs to straddle out quite a lot to
Yeah,
get a clean look at the basket. This is
didn't
not an easy putt.
No, that pine is just a little bit in his business, but he does really well.
Okay, even though you see it went straight through that little branch there in the pine tree, and
yeah, it was trickier than it looked. Very well done from Väinö to even save the bogey, but he's going to be very disappointed with that.
not the start he wanted.
Yes, he just saved par.
That's great. I like what I'm seeing from him so far, except that miss from the tee here on 2.
Yeah, he wasn't too far off on it. I mean, well, I guess he was pretty far off on it. He was lucky to get that kick, wasn't he? Yeah. But par's fine, and everyone else is going to tap in their pars as well. So just the one bogey for Väinö and everybody else taking a par. But now we're going to get to see something special. This hole is just...
this is the monster hole here on the course,
this
right?
is the bomber hole, yeah. It's a very long par 5 over some really pretty terrain.
There we get to see a replay of Väinö's almost made putt, but no, it was a bit too low.
Just off the cage.
Here it is,
there.
hole
This one's
3.
brought to you by Rami Rent, great sponsor.
315 meters, so this is a long one.
Yeah, you want to kind of get your first shot somewhere onto that where they've laid down these kind of cedar chips or wood chips of whatever kind. That's kind of a best landing zone. And maybe you can get a little further than great, but that's pretty hard to do unless you're. But you know, these guys can definitely do it. Yeah, playing averaging right around par. 5.1, 7th hardest.
Seems like the landing zones are quite tight. I don't know how much distance they dare to go for.
It's fairly open hole, but the distance is you know the main obstacle. But yeah, off on the fairway. Like if you get off the fairway a little bit, it is very thick in those pines.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's true. If you try for too much, it can bite you. Absolutely, that's true.
So they're probably gonna try to get some distance, but no max distance here on this hole.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they play it.
And Jesse going to a backhand, and that's not too common to see from him.
He's got a pretty good backhand too.
He does, yeah.
He's got himself is that a West Side Atti? Or no, that's something more.
Maybe a giant or...
Yeah, a giant.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, much faster, but very overstable disc as well.
He did not look so happy with that, and no.
Looked like he might have slipped a little bit or something.
I think so, and I looked very disappointed immediately when after he released that disc.
The tee pads are quite sandy. I could make that statement with confidence, and that doesn't really play to everyone's advantage. Maybe if your shoes don't have the best grip, or if you're not quite used to it, you might need to slow your feet down just a little bit to make sure you're getting good grip and good traction on that. I think it's just such a sandy place that the sand seems to get everywhere.
Niklas next up. This gets
pretty
a bit
good,
higher.
I think it's too far off to the right side.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to come back into the fairway. No, he's
Not
up there.
enough.
But I think he's landed early enough so he can like actually...
I wouldn't want to be there if I
Okay,
was
maybe
you.
not, yeah.
But he's definitely pulled that to the right side. You really want to be in the open off the first shot if you can, because these pines provide quite a lot of obstacle and distraction from your throw. You won't be able to get a run up because it's so soft and there's so many trees there. He's going to have to go standstill, I'm guessing.
So how does this shape for a lefty then?
Yeah, I think it plays pretty okay for the lefty. I guess you just want to throw it straight. You know, there's not really too much space on the left side to work it back. So yeah, he's going to have to go with the hyzer flip. But that's a little bit low, is it? No, actually, this is pretty good.
That looks
this is quite good.
But
it's fading off a little, so he's going to be in the rough there.
Similar to Niklas, actually.
Similar result, indeed. Yeah, the landing zone is pretty narrow in a way. I mean, it looks quite open from the drone flight, but like when you get down there, you know, you can see that you really need to be in the middle if you're trying to progress much on your second shot.
Great opportunity then for Väinö to attack and gain back that shot that he's trailing right now.
Yeah, he's going to want to try to put a big move on this and put himself in good position if he can.
That looks better to me at least. But no, it's flipping over. Okay.
This could be in real trouble. I don't even know what's up there, but I don't think it's
really
good.
Flippy disc.
Yeah, maybe he misread the wind there or just kind of put a little bit too much on that. Or didn't get the angle right. Not too sure. Nobody really played that very well.
No, definitely not.
It might be a headwind there. Maybe that's why they were turning.
They
so
have
much.
quite a strong headwind. It's playing to the same direction as we saw. They were putting on hole 2. So
Here we get a good look at the reaction cam. Yes,
Yeah.
he's kind of in disbelief as to what happened with his feet there, and of course he wants to watch his disc to find out where it is, but he's also looking down at the pad to see what happened.
yeah, that's a good thing with a big gallery that you probably have eyes on the disc.
Right,
when
they're not
it's,
going to lose it. Yeah, that's a good
But
point.
Väinö, he went far out there to the right. So
There's some really great reaction cams. Nice to see how they're feeling about these shots. I don't think anyone was too happy. But look at that! Look at that flag ripping in the background. There might be a lot more headwind than we're.
yeah, that's what
away.
I'm thinking. We saw it already when Niklas was putting. He didn't even try to go for it, and this is
Yeah, the wind may have picked up in the evening here. It's where 3 o'clock tea time. Maybe there's some wind.
afternoon breeze.
Or maybe it's been all day. Maybe that explains why the scores aren't quite as low as I thought they were going to be.
That might be. We haven't heard anything about big winds, but it definitely seems like it's.
It might be just enough to kind of keep them from really attacking in certain cases.
Yeah, look at the trees here. We see that it's really not that calm as we first thought it would be.
Okay, they're way back here. Yeah, I would have expected them to be like up at the top, like at the far end of those wood chips from the screen on the drives. I was thinking, I guess, yeah, this is going to be pretty hard to birdie from back here. It's a very long hole.
Yeah, it doesn't look likely.
I mean, these guys
especially
have
not
big
for
power, and you never know. But
they still have so out, and
that's
this
flipping
is
over
not
too. He's
good.
going to have terrible footing over there. He got some distance, but he really is not close.
Again
to the
in a
fairway.
bad position, yeah, on the other side, and that's what easily happens on these kind of holes, that you go
Yeah.
from one side to another because you try to overcompensate.
Yeah, and that's what you don't really want to do on this one. You just got to try to keep going straight as far as you can to make progress up there. But he's such a good forehand standstill player that even when he gets in the rough, I think there's a pretty good chance he might be able to find a line.
They're gonna find
see how-
something that. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm just saying that it seems like the headwind was the problem there again. That the disc flipped over. He's throwing straight into the headwind, and that's what so easily happens. Then makes it very hard to choose the right disc for your throw when you have this kind of wind.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I could see when they were coming down those stairs and the slope with all the gallery, there was you could see a big cloud of sand. It just shows how loose the sand here is. Even just people walking will kick up a noticeable dust storm.
Yeah, it's good that they have the towels with them, because
Yeah,
you don't want to have dusty discs when you're throwing.
Yeah, it definitely lingers on your plastic in a bit of a slippery way. Kind of a very dry, sandy dust.
Antti here, second throw.
I like this. If it comes back, it should be just fine.
It seems like it is
Very
coming
good
back.
power. Oh yeah, right. in
Oh,
the
that's
fairway.
great! Almost hitting the cameraman.
Beautiful. Taking an enforcer and crushing it way up there. We get a good look at what he's capable of.
Yeah,
Very good distance thrower.
look at that, how far.
Yeah, he's going to be well happy with that.
So he's back on the fairway after 2 throws, so he might actually have a chance for that birdie. I don't know. Is he
Oh yeah,
far enough?
no, he's
Yeah?
definitely in birdie
Okay.
position. Yeah, he's done really well there. And Niklas looks like he's going to be able to get a run up. Maybe he was kind of lucky not to get in the worst of it.
I thought he would be up there almost on the slope, but no, it came down.
Yeah, I think it came back
Yeah.
just enough in the end to give him a chance here to. Yeah, he's pretty open. He might just have a couple baby pines in his step, but I think he can work something here.
Yeah, the trickiest part with this shot seems to be the headwind again.
He's taking his time. Oh, he's done really well, though, I think.
That looks
Able
perfect.
to
If
get
that
off a
comes
big
back,
bomb.
and it does, okay, he's gonna be
Excellent work. Yep. Birdie is definitely still in the equation for
Great
for
shot,
both these
yeah.
guys, yeah, and maybe even for Jesse if he can get a really good next shot.
But where is Väinö? That this turned over and went so far out to the right.
Yeah, that was the one I was most concerned about because I just never even been up there yet. It looked really like a thick bunch of pines. So there we see him. Yeah, he's up on the ridge,
There's
but he's got open footwork. I think and these trees aren't particularly tall here, so he might be able to work something way over the top. It could actually be a decent position if you're up there. Maybe it gives you more distance being up high. Gives the disc a little bit more time to fly before it hits the ground.
Yeah, there's no OB on this right side either, so nothing to worry about there, even though we saw some red stick up there, but
I think that was just
that was
some
something
kind of
else.
mark from another one of the layouts or something, but there was a few.
Very hard to see where this disc is
Whoa.
going.
I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but it looked like he put a lot of steam on it. Maybe he's pretty far up there that he can still scramble.
Yeah, I saw here on another camera that he didn't look super excited about that result. We'll have to wait and see where he landed.
Okay. Here we're seeing a different hole. This is not the green for the hole that we are on right now.
We still have Lauri in the lead. 7 down.
That. 6 down through 14 for Topias.
Topias, yeah, true. He's
making a run.
He is only 1 stroke behind Lauri.
Yeah, 4 holes to play.
Quite a few holes to go, yeah.
So if he can collect a couple more birdies, so there's some tough holes, but there's a few possible that he could get, and he could put himself in the lead if he's able to collect a few more birdies.
Yes, and now from the other side of the fairway, so he's now out on the
left. Yeah.
On the left, yeah. How far does he have still to go? Do you think?
I'm gonna say about maybe 150. It's pretty far.
Yeah, so birdie might be.
It might be a bit much to ask with this angle, but I think he's gonna want to make sure that he's in good position to get an easy par.
Doesn't even seem like he
doesn't have a clean line, does he? Ooh, he's done pretty well though. But
that's now he's back on the right side, so he's really
not a simple approach from there. He's not too far off from the green, but he's gonna have to get creative.
Yeah,
if he wants to put it close.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to. Yeah, it's hard to see what he might have there, but he might have to go over the top, some kind of overhand or something. I don't know, or a spike hyzer.
Yeah, par starts to look tricky from there.
There you see that dust cloud I was talking about when people are walking. The sand is quite loose.
Yeah, it's so dry. There has been. I don't think there has been that much rain, and even if it rains here, like that sand just lets the water go straight through and dries up really quickly if you have a little bit of wind and sun.
Which can be really nice, yeah, because Finland's quite a wet country. It's to be a good home course, so you could play even in some of those.
Yeah, especially
days,
up in the north this time of the year, like early summer, late spring. It's usually raining a lot, so happy to see that we have nice weather today.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for the whole weekend. So very happy.
Niklas, this is his 3rd shot, so he's
got a good chance for birdie here.
Could definitely get that birdie.
He's only about 110 meters out for his upshot. And that's a pretty good shape, I think, but he might be a little short. No, he's good.
No, okay.
Great shot, right in the circle.
Great one.
Very well done.
About 8 meters maybe from the basket, maybe even closer.
Yeah, 7, 8. So it's a little bit uphill. The basket and the whole green area is on quite a steep slope heading up the hill to the next hole.
Antti Turpeinen next up.
And it's kind of tucked back there, so I guess you want to kind of get it as close as you can. Yeah, he had a really great second shot, didn't he?
This is not the perfect position for a lefty, but he can play quite straight.
Straight shot and still get himself up on the green, but he might have put that just a tad low. I think he's right on the edge of the circle there.
It's just almost there, but
yeah, pretty good chance still. It'll be an easy par anyway, at worst.
And how far off is Jesse here? Can he reach the basket?
Okay, looks like he's got a little bit of space here to kind of bend a backhand.
Okay.
Or no, he's gonna hyzer over.
Yeah, he needs to get this close now to save the par.
Yeah, on this part of the course, the trees aren't that tall, so there is kind of a lot of space, like airspace up high, if you need to use it. On some of the holes in the back, the trees are quite a bit taller, and then you sort of have to stick to the intended lines more. But
This looks
that's gonna be
good.
good.
This looks really good.
Yep, that's fine.
He's there, getting some applause from the.
Yeah, we didn't see it come down, but
On the
I
gallery?
think that's because it was obstructed by the basket. I think it's actually quite close. Really good shot.
Look at that! How much audience we have! What a gallery on the first day! Imagine what we're gonna see on Sunday.
I'm sure it's gonna swell. Yeah, that's a healthy looking gallery for a Friday.
And Väinö, he's looking upwards. Okay, he's not far away from the basket, but he's not in a good position at all. Does he have anything there to go in between? Okay. A high hyzer seems to be his choice.
Excellent work.
Yeah, I couldn't do it better from there.
Yeah, nicely done. Looks like everyone's done really well here. Even though their drives didn't look too impressive, they were able to put it together, and everyone's still got a chance.
Great work from the whole card. First up on the putting green, here is Antti Turpeinen.
Just a tad bit low.
That
try
was
though.
not far away. It was, yeah.
Yep. Just needed a little more height on that. And
Luckily it stayed. It's, I guess you don't see that big rollaways here on this loose.
yeah,
sand.
it's sort of loose sand, so you don't too often see that.
Jesse here for the par. Think he might be putting with a faith, if I'm not mistaken. And he does it well.
Great putt.
Again, taking a lot of time. It looks very solid for him on the putting green.
Yep. Very confident.
I say a lot of time, but he's taking his time.
Yeah.
No stressing from him.
Yeah, he's not rushing, and he's going through his routine, and he's focused in on that point he wants to hit and connecting on it really, really clean.
Ooh, just climbing in very low on the left side, but
Not
it
the
stays
most
in.
confident putt, but he's going to have himself a birdie, so great work for Niklas there.
Sweet green number in his scorecard. He has 2 of them already.
Yep. 2 down through 3 is a really great start.
And Väinö gets a birdie even from that really tricky position after his tee shot, but
Yep.
2 birdies, 1 bogey for him. 1 down.
Yeah,
There
these
was-
guys throw so far that as long as they're moving forward, like, you know, and they can get creative with their angles and a lot of trick shots in the bag. So great work.
Here we get to see Jesse Nieminen again.
There you go.
And getting a par after not really being on the fairway on any shot. That's, yeah, he was out there, left, right, left, right, left, right. Was it?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Solid
impressive.
par. Solid par. Nice looking drone shot. Check this out. Beautiful place.
Oh,
This hole's
what a nice
really
tee pad.
nice. Yeah, tee pad's built way up on this kind of cliff, and it's going down over. It's a very tough hyzer. Really full power shot for most guys. 122 meters, 400 feet. You got to kind of get through this and then make a really sharp sort of stall fade at the end. And very tight green, as you can see. There's trees on both sides within a few meters.
So it's a very specific landing zone if you want to be able to birdie this.
If you want to birdie, you got to get it just right, or get a really great putt after, you know, through the woods and stuff, which is possible.
It's 122 meters, but from an elevated basket, so the distance shouldn't be any big issue for these guys.
Oh, for these guys, yeah, they all got this, but it's a very specific time to get it to fade. It's easy to overshoot it or to saw it off, you know.
Topias still 6 down now after 15, so he has 3 chances left to get himself up there with Lauri. Niklas seemed to be relaxed. We did not see him that relaxed last weekend. He was really not in the best mood in Heinola.
Yeah, he really struggled on that first round. I know the weather wasn't perfect, and but he also had some really bad breaks, and he fought through it and played well still. But yeah, it just wasn't his weekend, was it?
No, I guess we are also very used to see him being like being a stone face, and that's not something that you can expect to see every time. Yeah. Even from a player like him.
Yeah, I guess everybody has their days when they're not feeling it and having some frustration, and he was able to show some of that and express some of that last weekend, which we hadn't really seen before a lot of. So he is a human, after all.
It's hard to believe.
Very robotic with his form and very calm and clutch under pressure. So yeah, we were starting to wonder if he was machine.
Yeah, and we say that with uttermost respect for him. Like
absolutely.
He is a top player that we admire in every single way.
Definitely.
Yeah. Probably something overstable, like an FT3 or something, going very wide out on the right side and trusting the fade.
I think it's too wide, but if he knows that disc well, it could be. Oh my God,
that's perfect.
Yeah, he knew exactly what that disc was going to do.
And see there what a tight landing zone it is. It needs to be perfect.
That was a great shot.
And he couldn't be more centered there.
Oh, that was he hit that right in the middle of the fairway. Yeah, I mean, perfect shot, really.
See if Väinö can match that. Yeah, it looks very similar. A bit lower maybe, and that just dies.
The wind dropped it a little, but I think it's still trying to work back left, and yeah, just a bit too
that's
wide.
Not where you want to be. Was it the wind that pushed it down maybe?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because it lost a lot of height.
I didn't have time to fade back after that. It's kind of like the wind dropped it and it straightened out a little maybe.
Yeah, seems like we're still throwing into that headwind. So maybe that hyzer really got the wind to push it down. I don't know.
Doesn't seem like too much wind. That's too early.
Too tight, right?
Yeah, way too tight. That's a tough place to be over there. He's not too far from the basket because it is downhill. It's pretty easy to get the distance, but those trees are so thick.
It's like a wall of trees in front.
Yeah, there's not many opportunities to fight through that. Could be even hard to get up and down in a way.
And this is probably not a perfect hole for a lefty, right?
Oh, it must be very difficult for that lefty turnover. Looks like he's pretty good move on that.
What are we saying? His great shot.
Oh, he did it really well.
Yeah,
he kicked out to the open, so he's gonna have a circle 2 putt for the birdie.
That would have been even closer if it. Yeah,
if it would have slid forward instead of kicked backwards like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he did that really well. Great angle control on that turnover. Yeah, I think Väinö's going to be up first.
I hope he has somewhat of a look from there. But I am not so certain that he has. Topias now, with 2 holes to go, still 6 down.
Okay. Yeah, 18's pretty hard to birdie. 17's quite gettable.
But yeah, it looks more and more like 7 down might be a...
I guess that's a really good score today.
Be a good score today, yeah. Niklas 2 down after 3, so he's in a good pace.
Yep. He's in prime position to collect another one here real soon.
Yeah, we might see 3 down.
I think we will with certainty. I think he's about 6 meters out, and he rarely misses those.
Deep down into the forest, but it seems that no.
Väinö's gonna go first.
Does he have anything there where the cameraman is, maybe?
Yeah, I think there's some space there. Looks like
Yeah, it looks like he can line up something already now.
might be a couple lines. Doesn't look like anything really to get aggressive about, but I think he can put himself close for the easy par at least. Gonna be pretty hard to make a putt from there, but I think he'll be happy if he can just kind of get through all the trees and be somewhere where a stress-free par. Plenty of obstacle though. You can see.
This is not an easy shot in any way.
You can tell he's sweating it a little bit. He's not fully confident about it.
Many trees and many tiny branches, but he gets
he
through
gives it a good
clean.
Nice one.
Doesn't hit anything.
Yeah, great shot there, and easy par for Väinö.
Yes, up next, right?
Yep, he's gonna have to fight through a much more difficult position than that even was. He's a little closer, but yeah, as you can see,
Oh, can he?
these trees don't provide much
No.
opportunity to punch through, but looks like he's found himself a gap. It's not big, but he's pretty close, so it could work out. I'm not going to count him out yet on the birdie, but no, he just had to kind of lay up, I think.
Yeah, it was probably not a straight line.
Yeah,
there.
it didn't shape up to get to the basket,
But he got out.
yeah, that's all he really wanted to do from there.
And 2 shots in the open here, first from Antti and then from Niklas. So we might still see some birdies.
Yep, now we get to see Antti's putting range. He was just short on the last one from a similar distance.
Also a bit upwards, just like this. Yeah,
Great
this is better.
putt right there. Nailed it.
Yeah, we were talking about that it would be a tricky shot for a lefty, but he proves us wrong.
He put a great move on that, and then hit himself a big putt from about 14 meters. So very well played, and the nerves don't seem to be an issue for that guy, do they? Really?
No, not so far.
He's coming straight
Playing
out of the
great.
gates here.
2 down already.
Very good start for him.
And Niklas might.
Oh, he's a little further out than I thought. Maybe was he more like 7 or 8?
Yeah, he's usually really good at this distance, though. But
It's not a gimme though.
it is not.
He's gonna want to connect clean here to keep the pace. 3 down through 4 would be fantastic.
Yeah, there it is. Looks so easy when he's
Nice
putting.
smooth putt. He gets a nice little wrist pop on that, and it's just, there's no doubt about it when it leaves his hand, is it?
Yeah, this starts to look really great from Niklas. 3 down already. He wants to show that his Heinola competition that was just that weekend. No more struggling for him.
Nice putt there.
And again, it looks safe when Jesse is putting. I'm super impressed. Väinö with a safe par. So no bogeys, 2 birdies. And get a nice replay from this.
That's a sweet
Putt.
putt.
Yeah.
Right in the heart. Count it. Beautiful drone shot here. This hole brought to you by MBDG. That's the Natural Born Disc Golfer. They got a whole bunch of new sweet plastic in their shop, so make sure you check out them and get all your disc golf products.
And this might suit a lefty a bit better, even though we saw a birdie there, but this is more...
This is a perfect hole
Yeah.
for a lefty, yeah. It's playing as one of the easier ones, yeah. 2.72 average, 105 meter. That's all hazard on the left, I believe. And
So 42% birdies. 105 meters, but it's sloping a bit down, right? So
yeah, it's a little bit downhill. definitely one these guys want to get. Very, very scoreable hole. You just don't want to end up on that left side, and then. But there's a lot of space to work with. This is a pretty standard shot for most of these players.
Niklas 3 down through 4. That's the start you want to have.
Yeah, and a lot of green on the cards here so far. Pretty good work from everybody. Just one bogey, yeah, from
one unfortunate one from Väinö. He was really close to get that par also with that.
Yeah.
Great putt he had on hole 2.
We have a tie at the top.
We do. Tell us what happened.
Topias birdied hole 17.
Wow.
Nice work. So he's going to be tied up with Lowry. 7 down. One more.
And he still has a chance to get down to 8. But
it's a tough birdie, but if he gets it, he'll have the outright lead.
Yeah, one who got 18 was Lowry.
Yep.
But we haven't seen that many birdies on 18 today.
A few here and there.
Niklas first up. This should be quite a standard forehand for him.
Yeah, shapes up nice for kind of a stalling forehand shot.
Flexes it a little bit.
Stable. Should dump right there by the back.
No, that was a bit short, but
yeah, a bit early.
Yeah.
Circle's edge, maybe just outside. Still a chance for birdie there. But yeah, I think he wanted to give that a little bit more power, maybe. He's got himself a mid-range, looks like.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah, that should be just right.
Almost an ace run.
Wow,
I thought
nice
for a second
shot.
that he would get
came
touching metal there, but
came in a little hot, tracking for the ace, and put himself at 9 meters. Comeback birdie attempt. 30-footer in his near future.
Väinö wants to pick up a birdie.
Taking a driver.
Seems to be looking at some kind of flex line also, similar to Niklas.
Is that a D1?
Yeah, he's lining up a flex shot, I think.
Yeah.
Not that much though, going quite straight, and
I think that's pretty good though. Wow.
Couldn't do it better.
Fantastic.
That's a bullseye hit.
Sure is.
And let's see if Jesse can repair his mistake from hole 2 now with a, because this is a shot that he can usually make in his sleep.
Yeah, this is right up his alley with that stiletto. Super fast overstable driver. He trusts it to get back. He can really, really smash on it and know it's gonna not go too far and finish right.
Extremely wide and hits the tree there, right? No, it didn't. Maybe there was some other sound here in my ears.
I'm not sure what happened there, but he's gonna be around circle's edge.
Yeah, that white disc can be hard to see against the bright sky.
Everybody's in fairly decent position though. Nobody's too far out.
Väinö
Realm of possibility, yeah. Väinö
parked
right?
there.
Yeah.
Walking a lot in this like loose sand can also be a bit tiring.
Yeah, it definitely wears out your calves quite a bit.
So even though it's quite a slow walk in between the holes and up to your shots, it can definitely tire your legs.
That's true, yeah, and there is some elevation on the course, like heading up to hole 4 there. It's a very steep uphill with the loose sand, and that's a lot of workout for your legs. It's true.
Almost thought for a second that we see some snow there in the middle, but that was something else.
Hopefully all the snow's melted by now, but
yeah, we had a long winter this year here in Finland, and this is quite far up in the north, so might be some shady spots. Probably not though.
Some places where they pile it up maybe anyway, but hopefully that's all behind us, and hopefully Niklas can connect here.
He's just outside the circle.
Yeah. He's about 12 meters, almost 40 feet. Oh, weird reaction there.
Yeah, it came.
Kind of caught a lot of chains, but maybe the rim of the disc caught those nubs and it just sort of denied it.
I would like to see that from a different angle, but I think it came and just hit the edge of the basket there and it, like just tickled the chains.
Caught a lot of chains, but I think maybe it also caught the rim of the other edge of the disc that didn't connect with the chains on the nubs, and that sort of rejected it back the other way.
Bit disappointing for Niklas, but
yeah, but a pretty good putt.
It was a good. It was definitely a good bid there. So
he didn't feel too bad about that, but he would have wanted to, get that. That's just
still 3 down though.
So close to being another birdie there. Super hot pace.
Yes, he needs a birdie. He's 1 down.
Just outside, gives it a jump, but he came up a bit short. He's gonna have to settle for par again.
Not super hot. 1 down through 5 now, so he's gonna need to do something about that. And this is the kind of hole that should be a easy birdie for him.
Yeah, this is one you really want to get. I mean, especially with that great forehand that he's got, and averaging as a 3rd easiest. So.
Okay, so we will see at least 2 birdies here.
Great putt there. Gave it an ace run, made the comebacker. What more can you ask for? Really impressed with what I see from this guy, Antti Turpeinen.
3 down.
Local guy, shredding it. Great to see those lefty lines and making it look pretty easy.
Yeah, seems like he knows this course. He's playing confident.
Yeah.
Great.
We're going to head to commercial. Make sure you check out these sponsors and get right back with us.
Avocado, take 7.
Action. And cut. Perfect. That's a wrap, everyone.
For the win. Yeah, he gets it in. Wow. So well deserved. Silva Saarinen on hole 7.
Oh my God. What an incredible ace.
Oi, todella kaunis putti Peltoselta.
Nyt on mistä valita. Kebab, seitan sekä toiveuutuudet, kana ja härkäpapu. Raikkaamme hevät rullat kotipizzan tapaan. Vaikka mukaan matkaan tai lounaaksi. Kotipizzasta.
Welcome back. Thanks a lot for those sponsors. Make sure you take advantage of that promotion they got going on at Disc Golf Stream. If you haven't subscribed yet, they're giving out 50% for the first month there. Use the coupon code WELCOME and tell everybody about it.
Yeah, there's going to be some great action this month. So
yeah,
if you're ever going to use that code, do it now because you don't want to miss out.
Yeah, it's super exciting. You can watch the rest of this event live, and then you can catch us next week for the second event on the European Pro Tour in Järva, Stockholm, Sweden.
That's right.
It's going to be a lot of fun. huge names playing there.
Antti first up, and this hole 6 is actually a hole where we have seen some eagles.
Oh yeah, this is the we didn't get the flyover on this, but I'm going to tell you this is probably going to be the easiest hole on the course all weekend. It's a pretty soft par 4, but it's a very beautiful hole and it's a nice design. But these guys are thinking too on this one. These guys with the big power, they're going to try to go up over the top, get it to flex back, and end up on top of that hill for a putt.
We are most probably going to see a flyover here after these tee shots, but yeah, I want to mention after Väinö's, I want to mention those 2 eagles we have seen.
Okay,
today.
only 2 so far.
Yeah,
I'm thinking we're going to see quite a few more. But it's a fun hole. It's a fun hole because yeah, it makes you want the eagle if you got the power, and there's plenty that can still go wrong. I mean, there's a lot of trees on both sides. It's just only 140 meters, quite uphill in the end, as you can see. Basket's perched up on a big mound, and I guess you can get some rollaways, and I think there is even some OB on the back right side of it, if I remember right. So plenty of challenge to it.
sorry, I misspoke. We have actually seen 4 eagles.
Okay, yeah, I was expecting a few more.
Niklas seems to find that line, that flexing back. I think this might be a good one.
It's a good shape, yeah. Fortunately, we didn't get the catch cam on that, but I think he's going to be pretty happy with it. And I can confirm that it is the easiest hole on the course, averaging today 3.59. So about half of the field able to get birdie or better so far.
Yeah, par 4, only 140 meters, so it should be reachable for most players.
Yep. Yeah, I even hit one of these first trees one time and still got the birdie. So
yes, hit a great shot and gets a round of applause. Okay, eagles today from Nestori Tuhkanen, from Jonas Aalto, from Rasmus Saukoriipi and Samuel Rekelä.
Okay.
So 4 great eagles.
Nice work. Hopefully maybe some more coming up.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We didn't really see where any of these discs landed, but
they all had the pretty much the right shape to get it somewhere near the basket, but we'll see.
Maybe nothing parked, but I don't know if you have any chance to park.
It is parkable with these guys' power, but yeah, it would take a really perfect shot to get it that close.
And Topias Jokinen parred on 18, so
okay. Clubhouse
you
7
can
down.
See here we have a tie in the lead. Topias Jokinen and Lauri Lehtinen 7 down. Seems to be a very good score today.
I think that's great. Yeah, it's definitely a little windier than it was during the days that I was there, and maybe a little bit less attackable in some ways. Now we're getting catch cam.
Okay, yes, it wasn't actually that far up. It's going back to that Ricky Sockibomb slammer.
It's a good looking disc.
Yeah, they are very beautiful with that.
Yeah, here you get a good look at the green. It's quite uphill there. Basket's probably about 50 meters or 45 meters from where he is right now. Mostly uphill in the end. I think that's going to work just fine.
Oh, almost gets it in. So we almost saw an eagle now, but
I think he hit the flag.
I think so too, or just
or right off the top. Yeah, skipped it off the top. Or great run at it. Nice try from that distance. Yeah, not easy to do.
Yeah, he could give it a run and still land safe there. So
yeah, you have
happy to see that he really went for it. Antti next up.
Yep.
Maybe he could also give it some
yeah,
kind of eagle run.
Yeah, he's gonna try to like float a little hyzer putter shot up there, and it looks.
And why not? To look, did he hit the basket?
I'm not too sure.
He hit something, I think.
Might have caught the band. It looked like it was cracking on line, didn't it? And
wow.
But it was a little hot. He's gonna have to work a little bit to get that birdie. But
yeah, now it's gonna be a scary putt from there, like into the headwind. And I don't think he's worrying too much about the slope behind. But still, it's
could
not
come into
putt,
play though. It is a pretty steep drop off there. It's not right behind the basket or anything, but. And the sand does a pretty good job of catching most of those shots. They don't tend to roll very often. It's hard for them to jump up on edge when the ground is so soft. Oh, Niklas ended up in a bit of trouble here.
This
is not really where you want to be, actually.
No.
This is kind of one of the spots you can get into trouble. On the left side, it's very thick. See a nice, pretty birch tree there. Mostly pines, but there are some nice birches scattered throughout the woods here.
And he's really struggling to find any kind of comfortable position or to hit the line he's looking at.
He's got to go with a really, really vertical spike hyzer shot. He's gotten through the gap.
Exactly what he's doing.
Oh, wow.
And it did not
Oh, it rolled
stop.
away a little bit, but that was a great effort. He's still got a chance for birdie. He's just outside the circle coming back.
Yeah, that came in so hot, so they even though it's a not that fast green, it had no chance to stop there.
Yeah, he must have had to put that much heat on it because of the angle and the obstruction. Just to
that was a
make sure he got through the gap.
super good shot. You couldn't really do it any better from that position, Tom.
Here's Väinö. Yeah, he's
running up and taking a look. So he knows where to aim.
He might try to get up there, but he's still about 25 meters out from the basket, I'm guessing. So he's probably going to want to just put this one close and take the easy birdie. But I would like him to prove me wrong. It'd be great to see an eagle. He's definitely going for it.
No, he's not. I didn't see where it landed, but I don't think he's even that close,
I
to
don't
be
think
honest.
he was.
No?
Maybe he didn't get the height. There probably wasn't too much space there to make it happen, but.
Okay, easiest hole on the course still causes a bit of problem for this.
I'm kind of surprised to see the feature card. I wouldn't say struggle, but just not really.
Not they're not playing it clean.
No, exactly. Yeah,
we might still see some good scores here, but
I think
we have some scary putts, and they were not in any prime positions after their tee shots.
And I would have to say with certainty that anybody who gets a par on this hole is feeling very disappointed. It is the easiest hole, and it's quite obviously the easiest hole in many ways, but there's just enough difficulty and things can, and you can see that flag ripping. The wind might make it a little bit harder to get that drive anywhere close. Maybe it's just hard to put the disc up that high and know what's going to happen with that wind. And then of course on the putting green, we know what the wind can do. It provides all kinds of challenge.
And just like on his previous shot, Niklas is once again in a tricky position.
I don't think he's got a very good look here, does he? Yeah.
Maybe.
He's just outside the circle. Maybe he can kind of try to stab it through, but he doesn't have a lot of space. He's kind of surrounded by a few trees here. Looks like he's got himself.
I think he's gonna make this.
Yeah, there he's got enough space, doesn't he?
But he has that headwind that could be problematic. He's airballing. It's surprising to see.
You don't see that too often from him.
No, that was definitely the weird stance and all those trees that were disturbing. Because that's a very surprising miss to see from him.
See if Antti can connect for the birdie here.
Oh, he's low again. He has been there a few times, yeah.
Bit short on that one. He's had some great putts so far, but yeah, the ones he has missed have been just a bit low, right?
Okay, Väinö is actually very close. I didn't see it, but but not an easy one though. Anyway,
no, he's still got just enough distance to make him focus in on it. Putting with the PA3. Taking his time. Wind looks like it died down.
There you no.
Whoa.
No, I was too quick to say there you go, but
Well, it looked really good, didn't it? I mean,
it was just a little bit too high.
bit high with
yeah.
the, maybe nose up a little, and it just kind of didn't fall into the basket. Very
What a
easily could have,
surprise.
maybe should have. I don't know.
I don't know what really happened there. I think it would have gotten straight in, but
I'm really surprised that we're not seeing the guys feast on this hole because it's really not very difficult.
what's going on here?
Niklas with his comebacker for par. We're at least going to see a birdie look from Jesse coming up, so he can kind of salvage the dignity of the card and collect a 3 here. But the rest of them are going to have to settle for 4s, and that's the score you just don't want on this one.
Look, he's not like super. Oh, okay, he's close enough that it shouldn't be any problems.
Yeah? I trust him.
It would be sad not to see any birdies from this card.
It's downright shocking not to see like a star frame really from players at this level.
No,
Oh my
look
goodness.
at this.
They have failed to birdie on the easiest hole on the course. I'm really surprised.
I mean, we have seen eagles here and so many birdies from.
This is the only hole that I birdied every
Okay.
time.
Yeah?
Every time I played it, and I was, you know, I didn't even have great tee shots.
Okay, there is some kind of wind, and but it shouldn't be that big of an issue
I'm
for
shocked.
these players.
I'm
No,
honestly shocked. I don't know what else to say. That I just can't believe they didn't birdie that.
I just hope they shake that off and go on and score better on hole 7, which is also
Second easiest.
yeah.
This is one you want to get as well. This is a pretty straightforward hole. I mean, most players can get the distance. There's a little bit of a mound you just want to get over. So it's a blind basket, but it's and there is a lot of OB. So I mean, yeah, a lot can happen here, but
But it's not far. It's
no, it's
91
very
meters.
attackable.
So
Yeah, it's a fun hole. You kind of just want to get something to crash in there over the mound. There's like a little bit of a hump that you have to get over, and then you can't see the basket behind, but you can tell where it is, and it really isn't anything too stressful.
There is OB around the basket, but I think even though if you cross that OB line, you should be able to make the
You can make
putt,
your-
maybe.
Yeah. There's
You
like it's just outside the circle, I think.
Mm.
So you still have a chance to come back for a, about 10, 12 meter putt for par.
But what a disappointment! Hole 6, easiest hole on the course, and not a single birdie from this hot feature card.
Yeah, that's something that I really didn't expect to see, and I think that could affect their confidence a little bit. But yeah, maybe it'll just make them more hungry for the next ones, and I'm sure they're gonna get it tomorrow. But so only 4 eagles on the day.
Gonna stay like that, at least on the MPO side.
Yep.
We might still see some on the,
I think
in the
I
FPO.
think Heidi could reach it.
Yeah, she could. No questions there.
There might be a few others out there that I don't know of that also have a chance, but the FPO has started. Not the feature card, I don't believe, but or maybe
No.
they have. Yeah, actually they have.
Let's
They just teed off the FPO feature card. So the ladies are right behind these guys, and
yeah.
we'll be jumping over to them here and there.
I want to tell you at Heidi Laine started off with a birdie.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Great to hear that.
So she's up there in the lead.
Here we're getting a good look. Hole 7. Antti trying to go with the hyzer flip, but I think that's fading a little bit too far right.
Okay, so that might actually be OB.
Yeah, he
it
is. Yeah, you can see right there the OB is just outside the circle. So once you take your meter back in, you can be inside the circle in some cases.
Let's see where he crossed the line though, because that wasn't easy to see. But I think he must have
I
crossed.
think it
just-
will have
yeah.
been somewhere right around there where the disc is. It's kind of like a bit of a horseshoe OB right behind the basket. Like a semicircle.
I think this is Väinö's famous glow PA3 disc that he's throwing
Oh.
so extremely well, and he has so
Okay. It looks
that
like
it-
he's had it in the bag for a while, huh?
yeah, it's an extremely touchy disc that he puts so much trust in.
Straight flying mid. Uh-oh. That's out.
That's out of bounds.
He left that a little bit too wide, but he also got a little bit unlucky on that.
That ground play was really...
Yeah, he kind of kicked off one of those trees, and it just sort of shuttered him off to the right, just barely OB. It wasn't a terrible shot, but it wasn't really perfect either. So you want it to come in the middle, otherwise you do risk that kind of a kick putting you out.
And the struggle continues here on the easiest holes on the course.
Yeah, this
6 and 7. What's going on?
These are two that like even amateur players want to get every time. I mean, I can tell you from personal experience. These are two of the must-get birdies on the course.
Niklas then. Wow. Going extremely wide.
I like this though. This has a lot better chance than in the other
and it
shots.
stays there. Okay, great. He's going to have a birdie here. I would be very surprised to see anything else than a birdie from Niklas.
Yeah, that's how you do it right there. I think that was that vapor tactic, maybe, or something.
Didn't see really what he was throwing.
Not too sure, but it was overstable putter, and he got it just right. Or approach disc, maybe not putter, but slower speed approach disc.
This looks
that's
good,
really
right?
nice too. Yeah, that's perfect. No problem there. Right inside the circle. Well played.
Great shot. Also shot that suits him so well.
Yeah, he can trust his forehand. Was that justice or?
Yeah, I think it was some overstable mid-range.
Yeah.
Probably a justice.
Really well played from Jesse and Niklas. Or was it? Yeah.
Yeah. Jesse and Niklas and Väinö and Antti both went out of bounds here.
They still have a chance to save their pars. There's no drop zone on this one. You play it on wherever you went out. So
yeah, and the OB line goes basically
right
at the circle's edge. Yeah, so that's a putt you want to get and should be able to get.
Yeah, and this is the kind of hole I would be surprised if I wouldn't be too surprised to see an ace on. You know, because you can really give it a pretty good chance. You know, get it to kind of crash in at that angle, and
no aces yet.
No. And even if you blow past it looking for the ace, you can always come back for your 3. You know, but there is some trees behind it that you could catch, and I guess maybe these guys are just trying to play for a safe birdie mostly, but. I wouldn't be too surprised to see somebody get themselves a 1 here.
Väinö to save the par then.
Yeah, second time OB already on the front 9. He's going to want to try to clean that up moving forward to, you know, put himself in contention for the win here.
And yeah, he gets to go in 1 meter from the OB line, so he should be inside the circle if he wants to.
Yeah, I guess he could pick whether he wants it to be a jumper or he doesn't seem to jump putt anyway, so
yes,
I think he's probably going to want to mark it as far in as he can and just rely on that really beautiful spin putt he's got.
Yeah, very unique style of putting with that.
Looks like he's changed it up a little bit though. He used to be a little bit more square to the basket, and he would put his hand on his hip.
Yeah, that hand on his hip is what I'm thinking of. But let's see if
maybe he still does it, and I'm just not noticing it yet. But putting is such a touchy thing, and you can, the form you can change and develop over time, and you can. He used to be quite known for that. Yeah, that sort of sheriff stuff. Oh yeah,
there
he
goes.
It.
Yeah.
Part of the routine, and beautiful putt right there.
That hand on the hip is not going to disappear anytime
soon. It's his trademark, isn't it? And it's a beautiful thing. I mean, he puts those right on the money, doesn't he? Great putter. Great player all around. Nice par save there from 11 meters. 35-footer for the circle 3.
Now we get to see another one.
Yep, he's going to be just inside the circle here. So about 9.5 meters. 31 feet.
Still 3 down, so if we can save this, it's still a good score. Yeah,
Nicely
there you
done.
go. There you go. No worries whatsoever from Antti.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from him. The only putts he's missed have just been a bit low, and the other ones are perfectly committed. So.
Yeah, rated 980. So. He's a good player.
Definitely high quality player. He's registered for the European Open as well, so you got to be good to get into that.
Yes, he wants to get another birdie here now. He has only gotten one so far on hole 1, so he really needs to pick up the pace to stay up there.
He missed a putt from similar distance on the last hole.
But there's number 2.
Good correction.
But he has still some work to do if he wants to be up with the big guys tomorrow.
Yeah, he's got to make some moves and get as many birdies as he can. He's missed some of the easier ones, which you don't really want to do, but he's got so many good skills. I'm definitely not counting him out. He can. Well, he's only 5 behind the lead at this point, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Nobody's really blazing, are they? So.
Not worried about him. Also not worried about Niklas.
Nope. He's left a couple out there, but he's still right on an excellent pace.
4 down.
4 down, and he really could be more like 6 down if you think about it, right?
Especially the last one was.
Yeah, I mean that one you'd really expect him to get, and then he had the putt that kind of spit out almost, like where it caught a lot of chains but didn't seem to quite stick.
This is the FPO.
Okay, we're getting to see them on hole 3. There's Hannele Määttä.
It was Jenni Karppinen that you just saw.
Yep. Oh, a little low, but gets a good skip.
What a good ground play. That seems like it slipped out of her hand way too early.
Yeah, she might have rushed that a little bit and just kind of missed the line low, but she got a great skip, and she'll be up somewhere just short of those wood chips.
Hannele has struggled on 1 and 2, got bogey on both those holes.
That's unfortunate.
But she is not out of it yet.
No.
After only 2 holes, nothing to worry too much about. Just keep on going.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start, but she's a hometown player and she's got a lot of great skills. I know that. I'm not sure if she's too comfortable in front of the camera or what her experience is being covered by media. That could also be, some of the nerves maybe. I guess we just haven't really seen what happened on those first 2 holes, but I'm sure she's ready to bounce back strong.
Topias Jokinen and Lauri Lehtinen still in the lead with 7 down.
Yeah, I know Hannele played really well in Thailand. She took down the local hero View, who's really dominant in that scene, and she beat her pretty handily. So definitely a really high quality player.
Yeah, you keep on making me jealous with all your disc golf adventures in Thailand and everywhere. Here is hole 8.
This one's really nice.
This is not one of the easier holes. This is the second hardest.
Second hardest.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is very challenging. It's a very long par 4. All these white stakes on the right side you see is played as a hazard, which is actually worse than OB in this case because you can end up like double punished, stuck behind a tree and OB, or with the penalty, should I say. And it's a pretty tough shape. You want your first one to get, as far as you can. There's like another tee pad that you can see that it's kind of like a perfect little landing zone. It could be the sweet spot. These guys might even go further than that. But once you get there, then you have another like full power drive basically for most guys and a lot of obstruction. Left side is kind of like a nightmare zone where you just really can't go because it's so thick. It's like a full-on jailhouse of pines, and it's down in like a valley. And then you don't want to go right because you got the hazard. I could easily see this being the second difficult now that you say it.
Yeah, and when you talk about hazard, that means that if you land in that zone, you get 1 penalty stroke, but you still get to play from where your disc landed. So
that's right. You
a little bit different from out of bounds.
Yep. Yeah, and in this case, it's more punishing.
Okay, so there's
the TD right there.
Yeah, it is. I think we have some backup going on here, so they are still waiting to be able to throw. Now we see someone waving there from the other side of this hole. Niklas first up. Niklas still with a clean scorecard, but that hole number 6 doesn't really feel like a par. That feels more like a bogey.
Yeah, I would totally agree. That was one you just really must get. 6 and 7, I think you really must get those if you want to, put in a hot score. And those are kind of the ones that I thought that they would be like star frames or
No.
Even some eagles I thought we would see on 6. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised with what we're seeing, but there's still some really good scores, you know. I mean, considering that Niklas has missed some of the easier ones, he's still 4 down, and everybody's way under par. So I wouldn't say they're struggling. I'm just kind of surprised that they haven't capitalized on some of the easier opportunities for birdie.
Now it's you can't really say that there's struggling going on when we have seen 1 bogey after 7 holes.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I know these guys are great, and they're playing
We
pretty well.
high
But
expectations
I know they can do better. That's the only thing I'm saying at this point. But there's that tee pad I was talking about. That's the perfect landing zone.
And
He puts
he
himself
hits
right
it,
almost on
yeah.
it. Yeah, great.
He heard you.
Nice. Well, he knows what he's doing. Yeah, that's prime position there.
Yeah, and our camera guys needs to watch out because you don't want to get hit with one of those.
Yeah, these guys throw hard.
This seems to be an adder, extremely overstable west side driver.
Yeah, that was newly released last year, right?
I wonder if it's an adder. I think so. And he likes those really overstable discs.
Yeah, he puts a pretty good move on
And
it.
now you can see how fast it's going to the left, and he's also
It's very
aiming for
overstable.
that
Yeah,
landing zone.
Yeah, he's gone a
At
bit.
the tee pad, yeah.
Yeah, sweet spot there on like anywhere between those 2 tee pads or on those tee pads is fine. But he's gone a little too far left. The stability of that disc might have been a bit much, and he skipped. And he can work from there, but I don't think he's going to attack for birdie. I think he's going to have to play this for par now. Otherwise, he could get in a lot of trouble. It shapes up really good for a lefty. You can kind of come in moving towards the hazard, and yep, that's fine right there.
Nice
Hopefully
shot.
that pine's not in his run up, but I think he's gonna have some pretty good space to work. Let's see what Väinö can do here. I think he might want to try to bite off a little more, or maybe just kind of follow Niklas's line and put himself somewhere there. I guess you can get in trouble by trying for too much. The hazard can come into play on your first shot for these guys.
Hasn't really come into play yet for anyone. We have seen clean shots so far, but
yeah, but I think they're not going to try to push for too much off the tee. The second shot might be the one that they're really going for a little bit more distance. The first one, they just want to put themselves inbounds and in somewhere where they have a chance.
is this too much left?
A little bit too much, but I think he kind of dug in good that he didn't go too far down the hill. So
You got a good stop there.
yeah, with his power, I think he can still consider attacking for birdie from there. Yes, he might be just out of range.
No, nothing new here in the top of the leaderboard.
Couple 7s, 4 6s, and handful of 5s as well. Pretty tight race.
Pretty
yeah.
tight, yeah. And remember that Niklas Anttila is 4 down after 7, so it's
On a good pace.
he's in a very good pace.
I have a pretty good feeling we're going to see him again.
Seems very likely if he doesn't make any surprising mistakes.
Yeah, he's so controlled with his discs that it's kind of hard for anything to get too out of control for him. But as long as he stays focused and calm and collected, he's got a pretty good chance to be right there at the top. That's hole 18 right there, the basket of hole 18. See some guys tapping out, finishing up their round.
And this is Antti Turpeinen. First up, he was a bit shorter than the rest of the card, but you said he was in a great position, and I trust you on that. Seems
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. Well, I guess that pine did get a little bit in his run up. Like that was the only thing I was worried about.
Okay, so
If he'd have been like even just 1 meter to the right, he would have
Oh,
been
that's
totally fine. But now he's gonna go patent pending because he can't run up.
not easy to gain a lot of distance when you end up in this.
Yeah, this
Position.
is a very important shot here. He's gonna want to do this really smooth and keep it in the middle. The fairway is really tight on this one. You know, there's not a whole lot of space in the middle, and everything on the sides is bad news. So it's a really tough one. He's going for a lot here though, but that's
Okay, he's trying to bite off as much as possible. but-
that's gonna be in the hazard though. That's fading out.
Ooh, yeah, it needed.
Or did it get past the hazard? That may well have gotten past.
Very hard to see here.
Yeah.
I think it might be down there. We have to wait and see.
The hazard does end, you know, when you're about pin high. So if you get that far, you can actually beat the way past the hazard. That might have been the play he was going for, and he may be okay. I hope so. If it came up short, then he's going to have a penalty.
Yeah, we don't want to see any more red numbers in the scorecard. We have one, and that should be enough.
It's pretty good that we've only have one, though,
Yeah.
really. I mean, even though that par frame was quite a disappointment on 6, but overall pretty tight and clean. Just that one, you know, the guys went OB, but they were able to save the threes on the last hole, and that was really impressive. So solid putting. Yes, he
Putting a lot of
he
power
smoked
behind that. Look, and
that looks great. Oh my, he got up to the
good
green.
shot. What a power he has from.
He's got a great backhand.
Yeah,
He throws a lot further than I remember. Yeah, that's,
we are talking about his forehand being world class, but he has a world class backhand. It's not any.
yeah, he can bomb both sides. Huge weapons, you know. And really, really good player. That was a great shot. I think he might have gone a little bit down, but he'll have an easy par, and he might still have a pretty good look at birdie if he can avoid some of those obstructions that once you go down, there's a ton of pine trees down there. But
Easy par on the second hardest hole on the course is a good result. You're gaining strokes on many players at least. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not even most.
That's true. Yeah.
Averaging 4.4.
Yep. Yeah, it's a tough one. Nice smooth backhand. Is it too much hyzer? No.
Comes back, I think.
Should
I
be
think
fine.
that should be right on there on the fairway. Not
think
really
he's-
a birdie look, or
I
what?
think he might have a birdie look.
Okay.
I feel like he's going to be just outside the circle there. Like maybe 15 meters at most.
You might be just right.
I didn't see exactly where it landed, but I feel like it had a good shape to it, and it was fading back to where it needed to. It might be on the circle's edge. I don't know.
Yeah, but that spot you were talking about, the sweet spot there with those tee pads, seems to be the perfect place to be, because
Yeah, it
that
gives
next shot really shapes up.
exactly. It gives you a really good
Or-
line on
yeah.
the approach, which is more like a full drive for most people. But these guys make it look pretty easy as far as the power goes. You know, they throw so smooth and clean. And Väinö, yeah, he was a little further up, and
He
you know,
needs to go over everything there, right?
yep, yeah, big old hyzer. He's got that power though, so
But a scary shot. It's a blind. You don't see the
Yeah.
basket. You need to go over stuff, and you.
you really got to trust your instinct here.
Yeah. I think he pulled that off great, actually. Or
It's looking real good.
yeah, it's there.
Yep,
So he has a look.
yeah, birdie chance. Great shot from Väinö from there. There we see the camera crew hustling down, doing a great job. Nice gallery following along.
Yeah, Väinö took home. He took this course, this tour last year, and now he probably doesn't really have a chance to do the same thing this year, missing the first two competitions. But still, he has a lot of honor to defend here, coming in as
Yep.
the reigning tour champion,
Yep, looking to make a statement.
and
And he's still the top dog in Finland.
he's doing great so far. 2 down, not perfect round, but
Yeah, not out of it. He can get
only
hot.
day one.
He can get hot, and
Yeah.
he's the kind of guy that can birdie even those really difficult holes on the back where the woods are much more thick and the lines are quite specific and tight. He's kind of got all the tricks in the bag, and
Yeah,
plenty of-
when he picks up that glow PA3, then you know that
yeah,
cool
he's
things can happen.
He's a great
Yeah.
shot shaper, and I'm sure we're going to see some wonderful things coming up. He's got a pretty good birdie chance here, so this is I wouldn't call it a bonus birdie for these caliber of players, but you're definitely gaining a lot of strokes on the field when you cash in a birdie here.
Yeah, you do. I mean, this averaging 0.4 over par, so it's more or less a bonus birdie, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it could be said that way. Antti Looks like he was safe. He made it past all that hazard. That's good. Yeah.
Okay, so he came.
He cleared it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of a dangerous shot and like it was flexing back, but he had the distance to clear the hazard. So
that means that this will be the third shot for him, so he can still.
Yep.
Save a par.
Yeah.
Or get a par. It's nothing.
Yeah, he came all the way pin high, so he's just pitching up there for an easy par, basically. Nicely played. He's got some great skills, doesn't he?
I'm very impressed. Everything I see from him so far is very solid, and
yeah, definitely.
You don't get nervous by watching him play.
So who's up first? Niklas, just outside the circle?
For birdie.
That's a good sign. Then the other guys are even closer, so we might have some nice birdies here. Let's hope Niklas can get a big putt here. Let's say he's about 12 meters. Just a bit soft, yeah. It's a little uphill. He just didn't give it quite enough height to get it in, but
that is a putt you want to have.
Here we see Jesse. Yeah, he went a little bit down the hill, but he's still in the open, so he's going to have a pretty good chance.
Similar distance from the basket as Niklas, I think, just on the other side.
Yeah, maybe just 11 or 12 meters as well. Just outside circle 1. He might be electing to do a little bit of a step or jump putt here, just because it's a bit uphill, but maybe not necessary. Yeah.
He gets
Beautiful.
it. He
Great
gets
little
that birdie,
jump
and look at him. He's picking up the pace. Now 3 down.
Great to see.
Running up to the disc.
Hustling up with a fist pump.
Yeah, that's some great...
showing some emotion.
Positive energy from Jesse.
Yeah, nice to see that. He's psyched